Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to be recording myself reading one of my blogs on freedomisfoundblog.wordpress.com, and I'll link it down below. It's called Happiness and Sadness, so basically it's just about how to remain happy although you're sad, so it's more about the joy which runs deeper than happiness. Happiness. For many of us it seems a foreign concept. How can we possibly be happy when everything seems to be falling apart? Our grades are getting lower, although we're working really hard. Our home life is difficult, and maybe we feel alone with few to no friends. We've all been there. A lot of us are there. I have some days when the slightest thing doesn't go right, I feel useless. I feel out of my depth in so many other things, but it all stems from one problem. Yet, I have other days looking back on those problems, and I am so assured in my faith in God that I laugh aloud at what I worry or get sad about. The past couple of years, I've said in previous blogs, have been horrible. But now seeing the bigger picture, I am well equipped for later life, and I have no one but my Father above to thank for that. Let me tell you something, God's plan always prevails, and that's something I'm so thankful for, because if life was in my hands, dear goodness knows where I'd be. I've never had to think about trusting God as much as I've had to recently. School is tough, remaining positive is tough, and hearing your friends hurting is tough. As a child and even a young teenager, a lot of what we're taught in youth clubs or youth fellowships is about God's plan for our life. I'd always questioned why this was so concentrated on when I'd hear it every week, but now that I'm getting that little bit older, I'm so glad that I heard it repeatedly. On a day like today, when the sun is shining and I'm looking over what seem like golden fields covered with sheep, I really have the chance to step back and just relieve myself from everything that goes on. Life. It's full of fast pace, it's full of high expectations and low self-esteem. We all know that too well. James 1:2-3 says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance." As exam time was coming up, or something bad was continuously on your mind, and you feel like your brain is about to spontaneously combust with pressure, I encourage you to see the light. That Jesus Christ came so that none of this misfortune will matter at the end of our life. In fact, it doesn't even really have to matter now if your faith is in Jesus. This may sound ridiculous to you, but when something goes wrong, smile. Be cool about your problems and know that they're meant to be. I'm a really emotional person and all my close friends will know that, and I'm far too overly vocal sometimes. But what I'm saying here is of good value for once. Due to my emotional ways, I tend to get bogged down about one tiny thing. I think about it for weeks and weeks until it all comes out one night in a huge angry rage of sadness. But this is not what Christians should act like, and I'm not a good example. Finding happiness in God's plan is rarely easy. Of course it's easy if He provides you with your dream job or gives you good GCSE grades or A-level grades, but is He still good when you're diagnosed with a chronic condition, when you lose a family member, when you fight with your friends? Yeah, He is. A quote from God's Not Dead is like one of my favourites. God is good always, and always God is good. There's always a meaning for challenges that God gives you. Be wise and do not turn from Him when He calls you closer. Something I personally always need to concentrate more on is to be more thankful. I always do thank God for the good that He's given me, but right now I'm actually thankful for the bad things. A lesson lived is a lesson learned, and there's a meaning for everything. God's plan is final. There are no ifs and there are no buts. What you get is what you get, and don't throw a fit. But if you do decide to take a little fit to get your head around things, just make sure you throw it all at the bottom of the cross, because God's there when you need Him. God's there always. God isn't a distant God. He actually wants your brokenness. You don't need to defend yourself over things that are out of your control, and that's something we all struggle with as humans. He is sovereign. Two of my favourite worship songs that basically every time I sing to, I cry about because of my thankfulness for God's plan is Sovereign Over Us and Born. If you haven't heard them and you're a Christian going through turmoil that is hurting deeply, I'll link them below. They're also found in my written blog on freedomisfoundblog.wordpress.com. You can just click it. So guys, I'm just going to leave you with a verse. Psalm 91 verse 10. No evil will befall you. This is a reminder from God that yes, you may be weary, you may be hurting, and you might feel as though you're drowning, but God will never ever let you sink. He might just have you struggle to swim for a little time, but believe me, you'll appreciate what you're going through when it's over. And I just want to tell you that God's got this, so no matter what you're going through, it's out of our control anyway, so just pray and breathe and everything will be okay at the end.